The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everyone. This is Paul Cronin at Successful Transition Planning. We're just going to pause here a moment. It looks like there's a few more people logging in. So for people who are logging in, this is Paul Cronin. Looks like we've got one or two more people coming in here. So we're just going to pause for one more minute and then we're going to get started. All right, well, let's get started. This is Paul Cronin of Successful Transition Planning. I also have Jack Beauregard, my partner, who is also the founder of our firm. Jack, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Paul.
All right, terrific. So this is being recorded. So if for some reason anybody needs to leave, you'll receive a copy of this recording tomorrow via email. And for those of you listening remotely, I hope you enjoy it and feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. So before we get started, I'm just going to ask a very quick poll. And the question is, what best describes your practice? So if you could just take a moment to look at that and just quickly answer. And then we'll give ourselves 15 seconds or so to do that. All right, very good. All right, well, thanks everybody. We got a little mix there. So let's get started. What are digital gifts? Well, digital gifts, very simply, is any form of digital media that's used as a gift for a client or prospective client. It could be an online assessment, a PDF of a book, an audiobook, and there are multiple iterations. For today, we'll be talking about online proprietary assessments. The four that we're talking about today are the What's Next self-assessment, Exploring Your Life, Shaping Your Future, the Decision-Making Style Questionnaire and Report, and the Transition-Related Fears Questionnaire and Report. So for those of you who don't know, this is a little bit about us. We're a globally recognized leader in the head and heart issues, helping business owners, executives, and professionals in transition. Our programs help people effectively deal with the mental and emotional aspects of a personal or business transition. Our programs are not designed to give financial, tax, legal type of advice. So in particular, we believe the programs we have on offer today and we'll be describing today really will help your clients make more successful transitions. We've been using these for many, many years internally for people who go through our training programs and training programs for advisors, coaches, and consultants. But we're now opening this up because we believe there's an opportunity to have a much greater impact and reach more people, and in particular to help advisors, coaches, and consultants use these digital gifts, these online questionnaires, as a way of bringing people through their marketing sales funnel. And our belief is someone who spends 20 or 30 minutes filling out an online questionnaire, reading some more information, is more likely to be a sales qualified lead and willing to speak to you about whatever range of services that you're offering that relate to people who are going through a transition. And all of this will be operating on a subscription model, which we'll describe later. So Jack, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you, Paul. You know, fundamentally, we have certain expectations about how things should work. We expect everything to have a beginning, followed by the middle, and concluding with an end. That, after all, seems to be the natural order of things. But change is what happens to us externally, and transitions are internal reactions to change. Transitions require moving from an ending to a beginning. The other slide, Paul, please.
All right, a little technical delay.
Moving from an old state or condition to a new one requires the ending of the old. A transition begins by between the ending of the old and the beginning of the new. And there's an unknown area in between called the transformational zone. And for people to make a successful transition, it requires them to work through the transitional zone by doing sound planning, which is exactly what the subscription model programs do. In the self-discovery lead generation program for baby boomer business owners, you'll have unlimited access, which is a proven innovative assessment tool that provides a clear and organized way for a framework for owners to objectively do a qualitative evaluation of themselves, do a robust exploration of their objectives, and emotionally avoid sabotaging the transition process. The difficulty of engaging owners in the transition process is analogous to advisors walking owners to a swimming pool and asking them to jump into the deep end. Many owners are not ready to take the plunge, don't know how cold the water is, so they walk away. The digital gift program allows you to walk owners to the shallow end of the pool and ask them to put their foot on the first step, which slowly allows them to become acclimated to the transition planning waters, feel comfortable, and go deeper into the process working with you. The self-directed programs effectively deals with the hard, soft issues the owners expect. It allows you, the unrecognized, here we go. It allows you to stay close to your comfort zone by not going too deep into the emotional issues of owners. Unrecognized emotional issues of owners can cause them not to be motivated to engage in or complete the transition process, be reluctant to think through all the issues that need to be addressed to make a successful major life change, and they may sabotage the transition process by having them experience seller's remorse. The What's Next report provides owners with a positive motivation for engaging in and completing the transition process, helps them think more clearly about their new future, and helps them recognize if they need to develop a more complete plan for their life after they leave their companies. It saves everyone money by its helping prospects or clients who avoid owners' indecision. Additional benefits for prospects and clients of the What's Next report is that it clarifies the goals and outcomes the owners want to achieve and saves money by having you and them be clear about the owners, their motivations and goals for the transition process. It's also easy for you to present, because what you're showing the owner is their own qualitative data, so there's no pushback on it. The report that is generated by the quick online questionnaire consists of two parts. The first is the owner's responses, which were presented in a clear and organized way. The owner's motivations for wanting to leave, their transition goals, what their attitudes and expectations are, and how emotionally prepared they are for leaving. And if they have a meaningful and purposeful life after they leave their companies. The second part of the program does an analysis and an explanation of each recommendation and the next steps. Included in the self-assessment program is a PDF version of Finding a New Owner, which helps owners to learn successful and unsuccessful ways they can transition. It provides them with step-by-step advice to help them get moving. And the type size in the 200-page book is for middle-aged eyes of baby boomer business owners. The questionnaires, exercise, and to-do checklist in the 42-page Business Owner Self-Discovery Guidebook provides owners with clarity, knowledge of the unknowns, which gives them peace of mind. The guidebook provides a step-by-step due diligence guide for them, allows owners to be able to objectively assess their personal and business goals and objectives by incorporating basic planning principles, allows them to focus on subjective financial hurdles that can sabotage them from making a successful transition. And the guidebook accelerates their making successful business and personal transitions by helping owners do accurate appraisals of themselves. The self-directed guidebook is convenient, since it can be fit into their busy schedule of owners and can be completed at night or on weekends. It provides a non-threatening framework for owners to talk about key issues they have not previously raised with their spouses, key employees, or advisors. The guidebook also creates a neutral third party that depersonalizes emotional, financial, and business issues. It also provides clear knowledge of what is involved in the transition process and what steps need to be taken to prepare themselves for the transition process. For ease of use, each exercise is referred back to the book, which provides more clarity for the owner. An overview of the exercise in the self-direct guidebook helps owners think strategically about their emotions, define what a successful transition really means to them, create their transition goals, determine their mental and emotional readiness for transition planning, and be able to learn wisdom lessons they have learned from previous life transitions. The What's Next report psychologically resonates with owners because it creates a complete story for them. The beginning is the owner's motivations for leaving. The middle is the owner's emotions about leaving. And the ending is the owner's future after leaving their companies. In the coupon code model, you will also have unlimited access to Exploring Your Life, Shaping Your Future program for late career professionals and executives in senior management. The program delivers peace of mind, helps executives and professionals define their lives today and after their current full-time, after they leave the current full-time positions, helps them embrace the transitions they're going to enter, and enables them to start planning for a life they have consciously designed and can't wait to leave. It expands their thinking about their futures. They can discover new possibilities after they leave their firms, discover what's really important to them and what they really want to do in their new lives, effectively deal with identity crisis of leaving their firms or companies, and explore the physical and intellectual, emotional, and psychological aspects of the future. As part of the program, the book, 7 Principles of Living with Authenticity, is also able to download. Why I wrote this book was I've seen so often through working with so many owners and late career professionals, they ask themselves a real fundamental question. Who am I when I'm no longer an owner? Who am I when I'm no longer doing what I'm currently doing? And so many of them do not know, and which is really a very discouraging thought of not knowing. Also, for the late career professionals, executives, and senior managers, they also will receive a 27-page self-discovery guidebook, which helps them to help them think strategically about their emotions, discuss about the rewards that they're being in their current positions, and honoring their legacies of what they've done in their professional careers. It helps them become aware of the limitations of their current positions, and something that most of them have never thought of before is how define what a successful actually transition really means to them. Determine their mental and emotional readiness for leaving, and also, like the baby boomers, learn the major lessons from their previous life transitions. Also, in the guidebook, they'll be looking at all 10 aspects of their life to determine what they're currently doing or not doing in their life and what changes they would like to make, which is very important for them to create a new future. Again, we're talking about transitions, is that, again, preparedness is the key. And these 6 aspects are essential for anybody to go through a major life transition. And in both the Business Owners What's Next program, and also in the Late Career Professional Explore Your Life, Shape Your Future, they will be going and taking answering objective questions in regards to how prepared they are from a personal identity point of view. Also, intellectually, are they prepared to make this major life transition? Psychologically, are they prepared to move on? Or will they have a tendency to be held back to the past? Emotionally, are they prepared to be able to let go and, again, be able to transition into a new life? Are they spiritually prepared? And also, are they prepared from a structural point of view of what they're going to do in the next stage of their life? After they do analysis, they're going to do an assessment summary, which determines for each of the 6 aspects of their life if they're prepared, needs work, or not prepared. And if they need work or not prepared, there's an easy push one button solution for them. And that is, they will be able to go on to the Institute's online workshops. So in regards to identity, if they're not worked, we have the Freedom to Be a True Self workshop. If they intellectually, psychologically, emotionally needs work or not prepared, they have the Transform Your Life Through the Power of Authenticity program. And if they're not spiritually prepared, there's an online workshop, Spirituality Beyond Religion. And from a lifestyle point of view, if they so they won't go into void. If they need work or not prepared, there's Living with Purpose online workshop on many of the owners like private coaching. We also have offer a 3D guidebook series. The 3D stand for death, loss of a loved one, divorce, departure, be it be for the owner, be it be from the late career professional leaving the firm. Also, I found a real need with Gen Xers in the advisor area in regards to when their last child leaves home, so they won't experience empty nest syndrome. Associated with the guidebooks is also coaching. Is that with both the online workshops and with the guidebook coaching, is that you will earn referral fees anytime clients engage with STPI. You also have access to marketing collateral. You have custom downloadable brochures that you can put your own information on. It will provide you with selling brochures and also with PowerPoint selling slides. It will provide you all the material for an effective marketing funnel. So you'll be able to use our material to create a landing page on your own site, offered free download of brochures, do an email campaign offering the digital gifts, and also sending additional collateral to procrastinating leads or clients if they haven't taken the questionnaire. You also can run ads on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or Google, and allow the ads to go to your landing page on your website. Part of the program also is unlimited access to a questionnaire report. Allows you to know how your clients and prospect think, which puts you ahead of the competition. The decision-making style questionnaire report has it's got 20 years of experience. It was based on research I did at Harvard Graduate School, and it really will help you know your client and your prospect much better. What I found out, that people actually have 5 distinct ways they make decisions. Now we're talking about high-stake decisions, such as what am I going to do with my business and what am I going to do with my other life. Each one of us have a default way we're going to make those decisions. And by your knowing that, helps you to be knowing how a client or a prospect thinks, really enhances your competitiveness. Why it's important for people to know the way they make decisions? Because it determines the goals they want to achieve, how they're going to obtain information about the issues they have to decide on, how they assess and analyze the issues, how they make their final decisions, and how they actually implement their decisions. Part of the program, you will also have access and training in a psychological selling best practice guidebook. It helps you to be able to obtain clients by understanding them better, and also be able to work long-term with existing clients. In the program, you'll be able to recognize a decision-making style by the way they dress and their personal characteristics. You will also know the best way for you to communicate and persuade each decision-making profile. Words matter. So you will be able to know which words specifically to use to which decision-making style, because these words most resonate with them. And the guidebook also has sections that helps you effectively sell your services. Also, you'll have unlimited access in the Survey Center to a transition-related fears question report. I found over the years about 53 fears that trigger people when they're going through a major life transition. The clients will be able to take the questionnaire and find which specific fears is holding them up. And usually it's 3 or 4 core fears that are holding them back. And also you're able to offer methodology so they can counterbalance their fears. The program basically prevents clients and prospects from subconsciously sabotaging that transition process. All these programs are supported by education via webinars, so you will feel totally comfortable in working with your clients or prospects in regards to the subscription model.
Thanks, Jack. So from here, I'm going to talk a little more granular how it actually works. So obviously, you'll need to reach out to Jack or me to learn, how it actually comes together. But the process is for us is, we would approve you. We don't approve everybody. We need to understand what you're trying to accomplish and how you'll be using the materials. Once you are approved, we'll send you a username and a temporary password. You'll go into the login, which can be found at the bottom of our website, theplatinumyears.com. And from there, you'll see that the A-list plan, A being for advisors, as you can sign up for this very easily online. This just simply describes what the different questionnaires are that are involved in this. I know there are some people tuning in today who have actually gone through some of our training in the past, transition planning consultants or advisors. So for you, on this page, you'll see a click here button where you can learn more about the pricing we designed for you. So these are the 3 buttons that you'll see when you come to after login is manage your account, survey center, and manage your profile. So we're going to start with manage your account. It's very straightforward. We have input some information based on your approval. You would simply go in here, put in your credit card information and such, and then down below, click the selection. Whoop, that went a little fast. you would just confirm whether you want the $99 a month plan or the $1,000 a year, where obviously you can save a little money. Once that's done, your manager account is updated and you'll see the coupon code. And the coupon code is actually used to buy the 2 questionnaires of the What's Next self-assessment as well as Explore. So you'd be giving this coupon code to your prospects or clients so they can take the questionnaires for free after they click to our website. Another element is a profile. So if you are interested in creating a profile on our website, which is a way for you to build your presence and connect to us, you'll see this. This is one of our existing advisors, Jane Johnson. And it looks like every other profile you probably fill out online. Very straightforward. Now, the programs, the What's Next Self-Assessment, as well as Exploring Your Life, are under this program self-directed. So you'll be giving a link to your clients, but very simply, this is where you can find it. This is the What's Next Self-Assessment, and it goes through very quickly for the individual so they understand what it is. There's a short video for some people who've experienced it, so it's nice to have testimonials. They simply click Buy Now button. They enter a coupon code, apply that, and then as you'll see on this screen, once it's applied, the price instead of $2.99 goes down to $0 for your client because of using the coupon you've given to them. What are the outputs? So for both What's Next and Explore, the client will receive via email their completed report, a PDF of either the book Finding Your New Owner or 7 Principles for Living with Authenticity, the appropriate self-discovery guidebook, as well as your contact info. Because you're giving out a coupon, it's quite possible that coupon could be given to someone that you don't know. But when they take the questionnaire, they have to identify themselves. We collect that contact information, and then we forward it to you. Excuse me, it's also forwarded to the client. As an advisor, you get the report, and then, of course, the contact info. The other way people use the questionnaires is for people who have gone through some training to be coaches with us. They can order a What's Next self-assessment, but for a coaching version and Explore. But everybody can use the transition-related fears questionnaire and decision-making questionnaire. Those aren't actually used through the coupon code. We don't have public faces for that. So in that case, you actually, as you see here on the screen, you would log in through Advisor Dashboard, order the questionnaire, which is really no more than clicking Order Questionnaire, putting in the client's name and their email address, and clicking Send. It is just that fast. It's almost a one-click operation. So the outputs from the Survey Center questionnaires, you would actually receive the reports and any appropriate workbooks that might go with it. And then, obviously, you can reach out to the client. Assuming you've ordered it for them, you know who they are. Sorry, that's just a little bit of funny humor on my part. At any rate, this is how to reach us. So these really are the next steps. Reach out to Jack or myself. Jack is the creator of all the programs. My role is more in terms of strategy and business development, although I certainly do coaching and speaking. And at this point, we will now open it up to questions. So if you have a question, I'm just going to release the unmute here. Hopefully it won't be too noisy in anyone's background. But if you have a question, okay. So I have unmuted people, but it appears our people have self-muted. So if you have a question, you can unmute yourself. And don't see anything there. All right. If it's easier for people, if they'd rather just do a chat question, you can certainly click the chat button, which is part of the GoToWebinar sequence there. So one question that we do get is, what is the process for learning how to actually use the material? So Jack, could you just describe, for someone who's not going through the formal transition planning consulting training program, what kind of education and support we'll be offering people who are taking part of the subscription program?
What they'll be doing is our training modality is basically is to experience it, learn it, and then practice it. So what it would be is the advisor would go and take the as if they're actually a client or a prospect. So experience it, and then we would discuss it in the learning process, so they know exactly what's all behind the reports that are being generated. Also, they'll be trained in the psychological selling, if that's derived from the decision-making style, and they'll experience the transition-related fear methodology, and then practice it. From then on, it's just basically giving it out to clients and prospects, putting ads to it, and it's that simple. At least that way, this training program provides confidence and knowledge behind the program.
And Jack, so when you say training, is this online training, webinar-based training?
This would be webinar-based with our GoToMeeting, which is I find extremely effective.
Okay. And so typically you're going to be having, if you will, several people at once, but occasionally, if it makes sense, you could do one-to-one. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, super. All right, well, very good. I don't see any other questions at the moment, but if anyone has follow-up questions, you should feel free to reach out to either Jack or myself. Once again, that's our contact information here. We're both in the Boston area. And we thank you very much for joining us. For those of you who joined late, don't worry, you are going to get a recording of the entire thing. This will go out tomorrow. And you are welcome to share the recording with other clients or other folks you know around the country or around the world who would be interested in learning how to use the digital gifts of our online assessments to help them help their clients and to grow their practices. Thank you very much. Jack, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody.
Good day.